Okay, iko sawa?
Yeah.
Hello, wonderful humans. Welcome to Modern Day Campfire by your host, Martin Sambia, where we advocate for mental wellness through visual arts and talks. And today we have a guest who is a developer and he does many stuff. And his name is Amschel, and I would just like him to, I'll give you the honor to introduce yourself, man. And welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
So my name is Amschel Kariuki. I'm a software developer, and I'm mostly interested in technology. So that's all I do. Software development. Yeah, like that's what my life revolves around.
Yeah. And he's also tried stuffs and story for another day.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you feel right now?
I feel grateful and I feel lucky. Yeah, I just feel lucky and blessed to be the person I am today.
Okay, yeah, that is nice. That is nice. Okay, so here we have some questions, and we are just going to, it is going to spark a conversation and to get to know more about you, how you perceive life, how I perceive life, and yeah, we can begin. I'll start. So, do you believe that most people are capable of change?
That's a hard question. I think it depends. I think change. Okay, you can get lucky, and because there's some people who live in a reality where they don't see like a bigger reality, and it's not their fault. It's not their fault. So I think it depends. So there's no one answer. It's not a yes or no answer, because like it's just luck. You get lucky, and then you see a bigger reality, and then you change. But for some people, they're not lucky to see that.
To see that, yeah. And also, yeah, change can be very troubling. Like that things create a lot of fear. Because if I was to compare, if I was to just align this question to my life, most of the time I was very, very afraid of change. And when it was happening, it was like, it is something I'm not used to and everything. So it created a certain type of fear. But only later in life to realize that it was an opportunity or something else. But personally, I'm still dealing with that. I'm kind of afraid of change, but I'm trying to be very as open as I can. Yeah.
Also, I also think that it's hard. Like you have to be a really strong person to be able to adapt to change, and it's not for me. It's not for the weak.
It's not for the weak. Yeah. Yes. I agree with you on that. Okay.
So I can ask the next question.
Yeah, please.
What did life teach you yesterday?
Yesterday. Yesterday I was in this tech. Yeah, it was an hackathon of the meme coin and everything. Yeah. And I really learned a lot. And I noticed earlier I was kind of fixated that if people are maybe in the music world, they view life in different type of way. If it is in tech world, if it is in comedy and everything. But I came to notice like, despite all that, we kind of face the same problem. And another thing I learned is that it's just to try to be as open as you can in this life because there is a lot out there. A lot is happening. There are better opportunities, and the best thing is to connect and not with the intention of just being cynical in it, but just connect genuinely and authentically with people. Yeah. That is what I learned yesterday. You?
Personally, I think what I've learned is exposure. You don't know everything, and you have to go out and meet people and talk to people because like people have knowledge. And a good way to gain knowledge, most people say you can only gain knowledge by reading books. But another good way of gaining knowledge is talking to people because people are knowledgeable. So I just learned that, you need to go out, talk to people, and also just try to get to know someone. Like you can look at someone and don't judge or don't say this person doesn't know anything. Like when you talk to people, you get to have a broader view of life. Yeah.
And I agree with you on that also. Like yesterday, I noticed that conversation does a lot.
Yeah.
Like it is the only way that people can open up and everything. It's so easy for us to judge people by just looking at them and everything.
Yeah.
But after holding a conversation with them, you kind of you get to learn a lot about people. Yeah. Okay, another question. What obstacles and limitations are preventing our generation from reaching our full potential as a collective?
As a collective,
Yeah.
obstacles. Personally, I don't want to put blame on the government, like people put blame on the government and everything. I think it's just a problem with ourselves. So people, okay, my view is people are chasing mediocre things. Like we don't have problem solvers. Like people are just chasing clout. I see, okay, it's not a bad thing, but
If it's
like,
working out for them, it's not a bad thing. But
yeah,
if
but
it's not working,
yeah, but like we're here to solve problems. And people are not doing that, and I think that's the problem. So we should just try to make, like, let's say this our country, Kenya, as you, like, just engage in things that are going to help our country, like useful things, not mediocre things.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And also, what obstacles and limitations are preventing our generation from reaching our full potential? Also, I feel like we are our own enemy at some point because many people I know, like they have denied themselves opportunity. As much as maybe I'll say like, I don't have a camera, so I can't do this. I don't know how to sing, so I can't do this. I don't have a microphone, so I can't do this. I don't have a laptop, so I can't code. I don't have this and this and this. At the moment you do that, you kind of deny yourself opportunity. And that is what many people have been doing. Not forgetting that every person who is up there, talking of Kanye West, anyone, Elon Musk, anyone, like they're not there because of what they have or anything. They started from what they were having at the moment. And most of them, if you pay attention, they started small. And that is what many people do. Like we tend to deny ourselves opportunities. So I just encourage everyone out there. I do fall a victim sometimes of that. But man, just start where you are. Start with that small thing. It will pile up and build up. Yeah.
So people should believe in themselves.
Yeah.
But like we're different. Like we have different personalities. So some people are good at like believing in themselves, but like if you have a weakness, maybe try to find someone who can complement that weakness.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Okay. Go to the next one.
Yeah, please. And please eat. You're not eating. Okay.
Yeah. What is the relationship between power and responsibility, and how can we use our power to serve others rather than exploit them?
There is this movie. I don't know if you watch or Spider-Man. Yeah. Like there is this phrase like with greater power comes responsibility. And and fear, if you pay attention to it, fear with greater responsibility come power. Like with a lot of, the more you give yourself opportunities, you're giving yourself responsibility. And the more you have bigger responsibility, I feel it's like the more power you have. Like me just being responsible for this channel, I have a certain power out of it. Fear other way around, and sometimes having greater power, it gives you responsibility. Yeah, but for me, in a healthy way, I'll just connect responsibility, giving you power, because that is the only way. With responsibility, there is something already you're in charge of. So, like, given power, like, there is a clear purpose for you to do your work effectively. But we just create power, there are people who have greater power, but I guess aspect of corruption and everything, I would say that they are not taking responsibility of their power. But if it was vice versa, it started with responsibility. Now you are a philanthropy. That is a responsibility you're giving yourself. Now given power after that, it kind of clear apart somehow. Yeah, that is how I see it. You, how do you see it?
Personally, I think responsibility comes first.
Come first. Okay.
Yeah. When you take responsibility of things, like you take charge, then power will follow later. I think they're connected, but responsibility comes first.
Okay. That's all. Oh, you eat. And please eat. You're not eating.
I'm eating.
But you love it.
Awesome. Yeah. So, how will today matter 5 years from now?
It will matter in a positive way. It's going to create a bigger impact. What I'm doing today, if I keep on being consistent and try not to attach myself to the past, to the memories and everything. Just try to live better and doing constructive things if possible. Things I'm happy with, Yeah, they will like they're going to amount. They're going to compound until like the next 5 years. I believe I would be in a better place if I'm consistent in what I'm doing. And I just do pray that I don't give up, Yeah, or lose interest,
Yeah.
Yeah, you?
Personally, I think the choices you make today, like they're going to have a very big impact. Because, for example, looking back at my life, like very small choices that I made, I didn't know like they'd be everything right now. If I didn't make those choices, I wouldn't be here. Like I'd be someone different, very different. So, for example, I made a choice like to learn coding, and then it was like a simple thing. Like I just take a course, like a 10-hour course, YouTube course, and teach myself some things. I didn't know it would open so many opportunities. Like you never know, that small choice, that small thing that you do, like can be your whole future. Like it can dictate your future. Just a small thing. Yeah. So I think what you do today, really,
Yeah, it really counts. And I believe in this too. Whatever you're doing today has a direct or indirect impact for your future. So if you decide to go this way, trust me, it will play a role. Even if you like it to play a role, yeah, I believe in that also. Another question: if you think about your future self, what new memories are you looking forward to make?
my future self, like how do I want my future to be like?
Or you put in the question.
Is it like how my future, like how I see my future?
Yeah, if you see your future, like what memories are like memories you are willing to create.
Memories. I think just living happily and just doing something meaningful, like in this world.
Yeah.
And maybe solving a problem, inspiring somebody, because people need a lot of help or inspiration. Because what I believe is it's luck, like you get lucky, and maybe there's someone out there who is not lucky, like to understand the world, and you can be a helping hand to them. So I want to open people's minds. Yeah, that's how I see my future.
Yeah, me too. I will really, really appreciate creating a memory that, just living a happy life, like, you know what I mean by happiness, and also making other people happy too. Yeah, full of compassion and everything. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. So how do you feel right now?
Okay. Oh, at the moment, I'm feeling relaxed and I'm just happy. I feel like we're creating a meaning of life out of this. And I'm having a good breakfast here. So, it's very fascinating. Like, I'm enjoying everything. You?
Yeah, personally, I also feel happy, blessed, and lucky. Yeah, life is good.
Life is good, man. Life is good, man. Okay. What is the role of tradition in our lives?
The role of tradition. Personally, okay, I think it's important because tradition helps you understand your history. Because you understand how your ancestors lived. But I don't think it should dictate your life. Like I'm not a traditionalist, so you should be open. Like personally, I believe like you're a human being, and just be open. Don't let traditions dictate your life. But I think it's important, like to learn how our ancestors or our forefathers lived. But like tradition doesn't play a big role in my life. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like also it kind of counts tradition. We are today here because of those history sometimes, and it do have a function. But I just agree with you. Like, it doesn't have to dictate your life. Sometimes you can feel what is right and what is wrong, And also, like our life is not that predetermined. With the fact that we have choices, our life is not that predetermined. So I don't think it have that major role. Yeah.
Okay. Which is better, to be a big fish in a small pond or a small fish in a big pond?
I prefer being a small fish in a big pond, and this is why, like, I always prefer being not the smartest person in a room. Always like that is the way I challenge myself. If I turn out to be the smartest person in the room, I kind of feel like I'm in the wrong room. So I'll go to a better room, where I'm the dumbest. Yeah. I prefer being there, and I'm always open. Just being there, it makes me even more and more open to act to like it always increases my percentage of ignorance, and I get to learn a lot and to grow and to strive to be a better person with everything. So I always prefer being the small fish in a big room. You?
Also, like I don't want to be the smartest growth there. Like if you're the smartest person in the room, there's no room for growth. Personally, I like to challenge myself, and I'd rather be a small fish in a big pond because like there you can learn from other people. Like I try to challenge myself because like we're limited by what we know. So if you go you're a small fish in a big pond, you just increase your knowledge and yeah. Yeah. I'd rather be a small fish than a big one.
Okay, that is nice. Who or what is the greatest enemy of mankind?
Okay, the greatest enemy of mankind, I think it's man itself. Yeah, man is the one who is destroying the planet, climate change. Man, like man is his own enemy. Because you look around and you see all the bad things like people are doing. Like they don't see the future. People do some things without. Yeah.
Yeah. Me too. I feel like we are our own enemies, even to ourselves. The fact that I talked about us denying ourselves opportunities, yeah, we are our own enemy. And all the things you've mentioned, killing, it's people who kill people, yeah, abusing, like lowering people's esteems, cyberbullying. This is what people do. So we are just our own enemy. And I feel like just to create that change, we just need to start like embracing empathy. Just imagine if I was the one being done that, how will I feel? Then, yeah, before we do anything, let's just put ourselves in the scope, and then consider if we should I text this before I text this? How will I feel if I was the one receiving this text? Yeah, and maybe it will create a change.
Is there such a thing as free will, or are our actions determined by fate or outside forces?
But this is our instinct. I believe there is free will, and I believe there is fate, and like, but still, just to make it clear, like I feel like our life is not predetermined. Like there is fate. Like I see life like a there were loops or probabilities, probabilities. So like we have free will to make a choice. So if I make this choice, maybe there are 10 consequences or everything. God is aware of the consequences, but He doesn't decide the consequences. So that still kills the effects of fate somehow. So I feel like maybe if I was to be here today or be somewhere today, I had a choice of being here or being somewhere else, and I chose to be here. So with this, there is another type of consequences, and the decision that I'll make, it's what is going to decide one of the consequences or anything. But for fate, like in the aspect of God just being omniscient, like all knowing, like He know when I make this decision, this is what will happen. When I make this choice, this is what will happen. When I make this choice, this is not what will happen. But He doesn't decide for us the decision. Like it's fully up to us. So that is why I'm taking free will. You?
Okay, personally, I've been struggling like to understand the whole concept of free will. At first, I thought you have to like you can
Do what you
you
want.
can do everything you want. I used to say like I don't believe in luck. I believe in cause and action. Like I can do something like to change my future and just to live the life I want. But also, like I came to look at it and environment where we grew up, nature, like where we grew up, really affects us. Because if you grow up somewhere, like you're bound to believe what those people believe. So it's like you're not free. And if I think it's luck, I think it's you just get lucky and you just get exposure and come self. So I don't think there's free will to some point.
Up there.
Like it's not 100%. It's 50-50. So
But still, luck is a factor.
yeah, luck is a very big factor. I believe like luck is a very big factor. You can get lucky and you can also get unlucky. Yeah, but yeah, it's a 50-50. I can't say 100% it's free will.
I get your point. Is it healthy to fear death?
It's free, but I don't think it's unhealthy. You don't know what.
So you feel is it healthy to fear death? Is it healthy? It is healthy to fear death.
Yeah, but okay, it's not unhealthy. It's healthy. It's normal. It's normal to fear death because we don't know like what's beyond death. So like it's normal and something that's normal is healthy. But okay, there's an amount of fear that is unhealthy. But as you grow, you need to learn that you'll die one day. And
That's reality.
Yeah, as you grow, as you mature, that should just go out because we all die. Yeah, but it's healthy. Like if you're a kid, you have questions, you're curious, like why do people die? Where do they go when they die? So it's healthy. It's healthy to ask those questions and to fear because you don't know like what's beyond that.
Yeah.
But the fear should, as you grow up, just accept it. Just you can't do anything.
Yeah. Also, yeah, and I feel like another reason also, despite like what is beyond death, also the death experience on its own. That thing is also terrifying. Sometimes, like how painful it might turn out to be and everything. Yeah, and like also still, I kind of feel this is why I would say for some reason it is unhealthy to fear death. In terms of like, you've explained everything why it is healthy, and I agree with you. And also why it might be unhealthy to fear death. It's because like I feel like embracing what death is, it is what gives us a reason to live. Like if you are aware like you can die anytime, this is what will make you to live a life. Like if I was told I was going to die tomorrow, everything I'm going to do today, that is how I'm supposed to be living. I'm supposed to be fearless. If I was told that I was going to die tomorrow, I feel like I wouldn't mind pursuing what I'm passionate about. Maybe if it is singing, I wouldn't mind doing that. If it is maybe going for the hike, I wouldn't mind that. But the aspect that you don't know when you'll go, and if sometimes we take life for granted when we fear death. No, we take life for granted when we don't acknowledge death. But just acknowledging that death exists and no one promises you tomorrow. Like you're not guaranteed. Sometimes we feel like we are entitled to life. Like in just being aware that you can go anytime and you'll be forgotten like with a flip of a hand. That can make us like live a life and appreciate life. Focus on things like philanthropy, helping the needy, like just living with compassion. Yeah. That is the positive thing about death.
I actually read a book by Mark Manson. I don't know if that's okay. Like he was saying about
the last chapter, I guess. The last chapter, right?
Yeah, it's called
The subtle art of not giving a fuck.
Yeah, that one. I don't know if it's from that book. He was saying about something called immortal projection.
Immortal projects.
Yeah, immortality projections. Something like that. He says that, like everything we do in life, like as humans, we know we die. And we have this desire like to live forever, but we can't. So what people do is they create something like
that will last forever.
Yeah, that will last forever. That will make people remember you. Maybe you write a book. You do something that you want children to learn about.
Yeah, and that is why also people create statues with their names and everything. Yeah, I read that part also. Yeah. It was immortal projects, I guess. Immortal is like forever.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah, immortal projects.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read that book. Yeah, and yeah, that is what but it comes from an aspect of fear of death.
The fear of death.
But
you
him,
don't die, but you have a desire to be remembered or to live forever. So you live, do what you did.
Yeah, and you read that part where like he's on top of a cliff.
Yeah.
You read there, yeah. Now there he was embracing death.
Yeah.
He noticed like nothing. I guess even the subtype was like nothing matters. Yeah, nothing matters. And like that embracing death, you notice nothing matters.
Yeah.
But not embracing death, validation matters. Like material stuff matters and everything. Yeah. They are important parts. Not that much. I guess it's your turn.
How can we overcome nihilism and existential despair that can come with the recognition of our mortality?
I'm not going to say anything there. I feel like you're the best person to talk about this. Then I'm just going to give you a honor to listen, and you can repeat the question again.
So, how can we overcome nihilism and existential despair that can come with the recognition of our mortality? I think nihilism is just believing like life has no meaning. I think so. I'm not sure the definition, but that's the idea. It's like a philosophical thing. It's someone who came up with something called nihilism. So, what I'd say about this, I'll go to someone called Albert Camus. He was a philosopher, and his philosophy was called absurdism.
Absurdity.
Absurdism, yeah. And Albert Camus believed that the universe is not rational; it's irrational. It has no meaning. So for somebody who is nihilistic, life has no meaning. The universe is irrational, and we try to look for patterns, but you can't find them, and people just they give up. Some commit suicide. He described like two types of suicide: the spiritual suicide and physical suicide. So like spiritual suicide, he was talking about like how people you try to look for patterns, you can't find them, and then you just believe something, you just kill that curiosity because like you gave up, so you just believe in something. Some it's religion, some it's a cult, that's suicide. So I think one of the answers he gave, like how you can overcome this, it's just live your life like it's a rebellion. Life is irrational, but try to make your life have a meaning. Like your whole life is a rebellion. That's how he said you can overcome this. So I'd say that's a good thing. Like you can just try to give your life a meaning. Life is meaningless, yes, but try to give it meaning. Live your life like it's a rebellion against the irrationality.
Yeah. Now, what I'm getting out of this is like there is this aspect that life has a purpose. Okay. So for nihilism, it goes against that, but it asks you to go against the law itself.
Yeah.
But for absurdism, like it goes against like that, the fact that life has a purpose, and now it asks you to live without a meaningful life.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think nihilism it's a bad thing because nihilism just tells you life has no meaning
and that's it.
That's it.
Absurdity now, life has no meaning, but go against it.
Go against it and just try to give your life a meaning because what else can you do? You just found yourself here. What else can you do? Just try to give it a meaning.
I've learned something new. Thank you for showing up for that question again.
So basically, we came up with something called a meme coin. It's kind of a cryptocurrency that you can use to access mental health services on our platform. So we're building a platform where you can talk to a therapist, you can attend events like to help your mental well-being, and These are a virtual currency that you can use for subscriptions on the platform, to pay for services, to pay for therapists. Yeah. So basically that's it. That's coin. We're going to be launching it in a few. We'll let you know.
Yeah, that's all. And thank you, Amshel, for coming.
Thank you.
Always a
It
pleasure.
was a pleasure. Yeah.